This is the story of an image of Martin Luther King Jr. at Our Lady of Lourdes Catholic Church in Oakland, California. My brother, Brian Nicholas Tsai, painted the image in 1997 and restored it the next year, after it was stolen and recovered from Lake Merritt. Brian lived in San Francisco and had an active sideline of writing or painting Christian icons until several months before he died in 2020. When Brian was 37, Father Seamus Genovese asked him to paint Martin Luther King. Brian sketched the Baptist minister gazing heavenward near a window of Christ. Dr. King's profile is based on this photograph from 1965 when he was 36. 3 years later, he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee on April 4th, 1968. The image of Christ in the Garden of Gethsemane is based on a window in the historic King family's Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. Dr. King read this passage from Isaiah chapter 40 in his I Have a Dream speech in August 1963 when he was 34.
I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with.
Jesus is shown in brilliant white and red to focus attention on Dr. King's relationship with God. Dr. King is shown without a halo because he was not canonized. Baptists do not canonize fellow believers. They pray only to the Holy Trinity. The painting was dedicated on January 19, 1997, nearly 29 years after Dr. King's assassination. He would have been 68. In the Oakland Tribune, Peggy Stinnett wrote, "At Lourdes Catholic Church, something happened that wouldn't have 29 years ago. A beautiful icon of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., the work of artist Brian Tsai, was blessed and installed." She wrote, "We are thankful for the song that assures us that we can overcome violence, racism, and hate with peace and love." Brian's friends, Richard Fairchild and Dennis Emmett, had introduced him to Our Lady of Lourdes. In the 1990s, the front doors of the church opened directly onto Lakeshore Avenue and were never locked. For comparison, here they are in 2024. On April 4th, 1998, the anniversary of Dr. King's assassination, almost 15 months after the dedication, the painting was stolen between the morning and afternoon masses. Manny Gomez exercised across the street from the church. A few days later, he spotted the frame floating in Lake Merritt. The Rotary Nature Center and the Lake Merritt Institute recovered the painting. The Oakland Tribune reported the story and ran this photo of Father Seamus, Manny Gomez, and the damaged painting. And the story was picked up by wire services. Brian was asked to restore the painting. He commented,
"It's awfully suspicious that it was taken on the 30th anniversary of King's death."
He later told Chip Johnson of the San Francisco Chronicle,
"The canvas was torn practically in half, and canvas doesn't tear that easily. The wooden frame was split across its width and length, as if someone had smashed it against a hard object."
Brian mended the canvas and replaced the stretcher bars. Restoration took 2 months. Father Seamus had also commissioned a painting of Dorothy Day. Chip Johnson wrote about the rededication. On August 2nd, 1998, a large turnout assembled at Our Lady of Lourdes. Brian told Chip,
King was killed 30 years ago, but his dream never died. They tried to do it again, but his dream won't die, because you can't kill a dream.
Both paintings were dedicated together. Both are secured to the walls. A story was carried in the Oakland Tribune, and Manny Gomez, who had spotted the frame floating in Lake Merritt, came. 17 years later, in 2015, Pope Francis singled out Dorothy Day and Martin Luther King Jr. as great Americans, along with Abraham Lincoln and Thomas Merton. My brother did art all the time growing up. When he was 31, he sustained spinal cord injury, and his partner Doug died. Brian returned to painting and found iconography. His works are in churches in the Bay Area, Alaska, Michigan, and Georgia, as well as in private homes. Of his icons, his favorite was his restoration of the Holy Face of Christ for his church, Holy Trinity Cathedral, facing Van Ness Avenue in San Francisco. Folks at the University of Minnesota said it well. The arts can serve as a compass. They help us find direction and remind us there is solid ground beneath our feet and a steady horizon ahead.